Well, 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 here we are again. Today we're at 13,000 trophies and we're going to be playing Minor, nerfed Evolve Furnace Cycle, and we're going to see if it's still all that, because spoiler alert, it's not really a spoiler if it's already happened. Well, I guess it is if you haven't seen it, but the last 3 videos were all pre-recorded on the same day, and now the Ken show officially continues. And you know what? A lot of people were liking the Parasocial talks on the channel, and so I have some Parasocial things to say. We are back in Scotland, and you know, a lot of people were wondering, and by a lot of people I mean nobody, were wondering why I went on this trip. You know, why I'm out here, you know, traveling. A lot of people would be like, oh, just because traveling's fun. That's not why I went on this trip. It's because I did not enjoy my life back home. A long story short, made long. Actually, will give you the director's cut. I have talked about this certain neighbor on my channel a lot. This neighbor who has infamously been a bad influence on me, to say the least. Some ways he's been a good influence, to be fair, but overall, bad influence. Anyway, hold on, look at this Evolve Furnace. This is why Evolve Furnace is one of the most broken cards in this game. Look how many fucking Fire Spirits I'm getting. If each Fire Spirit is 1 elixir, and I'm getting them that quickly, like, what the hell is going on? Like, each one of these is 1 elixir, and when it's targeting something, it just spawns them, like, fucking sicko mode speed. Like, look at this shit. Where are they coming from, man? It's fucking crazy. Okay, these are bad examples. The examples I gave right there were bad examples, because they let the guy died. But that's what we're going to try and do today. We're going to try and, we're just going to try and quick cycle without a building, Evolve Furnace Cycle. And it's still good. It's still one of the best evolutions in this entire game, even after the nerf. So they emergency nerfed it, if you didn't know, because it was absolutely ridiculous before. Holy, level 16 Prince. Every time I see in the Chef King Tower now, I get PTSD, because I'm like, holy fuck, he's playing Goblin Giant P.E.K.K.A., which was the most broken shit the season before. Okay, I love that log. Wait. Okay, no, we're fine. You know what? That's chill. I'm just gonna throw a miner on the tower. A lot of people, once again, as I was saying, wondering why I went on this trip. And once again, as I said, I mean nobody. Holy fuck, my laptop has not recorded a video in a while and it's overheating. And the reason I went on the trip is basically because I was not happy at home. Because I was told by my neighbor, which I believed at the time, and I think it was good advice, that oh my god, that timing is so bad. Okay, let's actually not choke this game, because I will be tilted. To basically get out there and start living my life, I guess. And so I stopped doing, I guess, YouTube as much. I was still daily uploading, but I wasn't focusing so much on that. I was focusing on different things in my life, which is what I needed to do, and was actually, hold that thought, we might be able to hold on to oh my god, the Furnace Fire Spirit just clutched up. I was focusing on things outside of YouTube, when in reality, I always liked YouTube all along. So basically, instead of doing YouTube, I was not doing drugs and alcohol, and I was doing family-friendly things, you know, focusing on my life. And that made me actually unhappy, because I was like, wait, outside of doing the thing I like to do, I don't actually like doing other things, right? I don't really like a lot of things. And that made me not happy for the last few years, and I didn't really know why. So his advice was good, to get out there and do things, but I kind of luckily, unlike actually anybody I know in my life, found exactly what I like to do very early. How the fuck am I going to defend this? Find out after the break. We're going to do this, and we're going to try our best to get Berserker value here. This is exactly why we have the Berserker, because it's just so fucking... Oh my god, that was bad timing to play Skeletons. Because now the Sparky's going to... Oh wait, he zapped anyway. Alright, let's go for an Ice Golem. Okay, you know what? Taking 1 hit is not bad, as long as we do not take 2 hits. Thank you. Alright, let's go for this, because I don't want to tank a Sparky shot. But basically, Kenny Benny, long story short, made long again, is Kenny Benny likes to live his life. Kenny Benny realizes his life is YouTube, and he likes doing his passions, like Clash and YouTube and stuff. So Kenny Benny goes traveling to try and figure that out. Kenny Benny goes through a weird period in his life trying to realize what does he like to do, because everything kind of sucks. Kenny Benny comes full circle and realizes, wait, this was the thing he enjoyed anyway. Why don't I just do that? There's nothing wrong with Clash. There's nothing wrong with enjoying YouTube. Like, I thought maybe I'm missing out, you know, I'm not living my life or something, but this is just what I like to do. So there's nothing wrong with that. Anyway, I'm going to go with this. Hopefully the minion horde doesn't kill the skeletons before the Sparky shoots. Lovely. Hopefully that chains the Sparky. Not lovely, but luckily I have Broken Furnace, which will spawn infinite Fire Spirits till everything dies. Brilliant. Alright, now let's go for an Ice Golem in front because I would actually like to get some damage. He might go for a mini Schmecker, so let me go for Skeletons, and he might go for a Zap here. Let's go for a E-Spirit to try and... Oh, the mini pack got so lucky, it went straight for the Furnace. If it went for a Fire Spirit or a Skeletons there, that would have been bad for him. Now he's going to go Sparky in the back, so let's pressure other lane so that he either has to respond to that or, yes, take a lot of damage. Okay, great. Great. So Berserky Worky's going to get some damage on the tower. Let's play a Furnace in the back. And I actually had a very interesting chat on the plane from Canada to Scotland with this woman. I had no intention of talking to anybody on the plane. I was like, okay, this is going to be a long, well, it was 9 hours, not the longest flight I've ever had, coming from Australia. I'm used to the long flights. Hang on, I'm going to go with this, and then I'm going to go for an Evolved Ice Spirit, and that will take care of that. Very good. Very, very good. Alright, let's go for a Ice Golem here. And then let's go with this. Let's go for another Furnace. Let's go for Skeletons to protect that. Try and keep the chip damage alive. And the fact that that Evolved Furnace is not being dealt with is going to be fucky for him. Because look at it churning Fire Spirits out in the other lane as well, which is crazy. And let me just spam another Furnace at the bridge. Probably not the best play, but you know what? If it spawns another Fire Spirit... No, it's not going to. Okay, that was a mistake by him. I'm going to do everything in my power to keep the Evolved Furnace alive because that thing just keeps getting fucking value as long as it's hitting something. So I almost don't want to log that Skeleton Army. I will now though because it's going to hurt my Furnace spammer. So let's go for a Miner and that is going to be tower down. I actually had a very interesting chat with a 30-year-old woman on the plane. I kind of was talking to her and she was talking about her kids a lot and I was like, listen lady, you know what, like I just want to go to sleep and put my headphones on. And I kept nodding and she kept talking about her kids and I was like, okay, all right, yep, you know what, we can talk about this for a bit longer. I can persevere. It's taken every power of my will to socialize at 0% social battery at that moment, but it's okay. I kept going because if you go long enough in a conversation, there's always a golden nugget at the end. Write that one down. And there was a golden nugget in this conversation. And I eventually got round to talking about socializing and whatnot and doing focusing on your passions. Because she seemed like a very extroverted social person. So I asked her, I'm like, do you like just talking to people all the time? And she was like, no. And I was like, it's very interesting because she started... Well, maybe I'm just that charismatic and approachable, but we got into a very long conversation. I was like, surely this woman does this with a lot of people. And she was like, well, no, we're on holiday, so obviously I'm more talkative than normal. But generally speaking, back home, like, I don't really, like, talk to many people outside of my family and whatnot. I kind of just do what I like to do. And why I say reaffirming my ideas is because that's exactly, like, when I look back to the happiest periods of my life, like, in recent memory at least, as a adult/teenager, it was when I was degenerately up in the middle of the night grinding my old channel KFC Clash, and that was all I did. Like, I just loved, and then when I would socialize, it would be when I absolutely needed to, like, and it became fun because it was like a refresher. I loved the socializing with my friends and whatnot, and then I loved going back to doing YouTube. It was like the best of both worlds, as opposed to I guess I could... There's no real too far the opposite way for me because I could fucking do YouTube all the time, I swear. But eventually you're social creatures. At the end of the day, you do need to socialize. But I don't like the feeling of having to do that all the time because I think what I've realized is you have to have these things that you do by yourself that you actually do enjoy to enjoy your life and whatnot. And that's basically one of the main things I kind of realized from this trip. And I said to myself, I'm not coming home. I will crash on other people's couches until I figure this out. Because last time when I came back, I was confused. I was a confused man. I was like confused and shit. The vocab doesn't get much better on this channel. Anyway, let's go for this, an Evolved Ice Spirit. This guy's kind of a sweat in the way that he's playing. But we are Bing chilling so far. I'm going to go for a Miner here because the Berserker will get deleted. At least the Miner has a little bit more health. Can this guy chill the fuck out? Okay? Like, we get it, bro. You got a 3-card cycle when the Archer Queen's on the fucking tower. I actually asked the best player in this game, Muhammad Light, what his favorite card is and why. And he gave me an interesting answer, which I thought I'd share right now. Just thought of that while I was talking about it. Which is his favorite card in the game is Little Prince because it's the cheapest champion, which means it's the cheapest champion. It's the cheapest way in the game to get a 3-card cycle. So there you go. Muhammad Light abuses 3-card cycle with the Little Prince, and it also has the capability to get a lot of value. So if that makes sense to you, and you enjoy the pro tips on this channel, make sure to smash a like on the video. Anyway, let's go for this. He's used his ability here, so I'm going to try and get an Evo Ice Spirit before he can get another one off, and hopefully kill the Archer Queen, because we do not like the 3 cards Royal Hog spam. Anyway, let's go for an Ice Golem in front of this. This little twerp. Alright, let's go for another one in the back. The cannons are kind of noncy. Let me go for this and this. The great thing is he's playing into the furnaces, and he doesn't really have a fireball, so I'm getting quite a lot of Fire Spirit value. Ooh! Another Fire Spirit spawn there, except it went on the skeletons. Okay. Alright, what am I going to do here? Let's go for a Evolve Furnace in the back this time. And let's see what we can... We need to kill that fucking Archer Queen, dude. It gets so much value if I don't kill it. Alright, one more hit. Yes! Now it dies to log. Alright, that's perfect. And he does not want to... Okay, apparently he does want to play into my Evolved Furnace. That's going to do a decent job, but still dies somehow. Let's go for a log. Let's go for an E-Spirit. Let's go for this and this. I really need to kill that Archer Queen, or at least force out an early ability. There we go. And we get some chip damage on the tower. Let's hope that we can get this Archer Queen slaughtered. Okay, let's go with this. And at least while the Archer Queen's on the board, he can't get another Archer Queen. Holy fucking smokes. Okay, how am I... I'm the king of clutching up on this channel. How am I going to clutch up here? We're going to have to... We're going to have to do some crazy plays here. It's kind of not looking like that's going to happen, though. But that's the whole thing with clutch. It doesn't ever look like it's going to happen. 7 seconds, though. You know what? E-Spirit in the corner of the map for good luck. And doesn't seem we're going to be able to do it. But yes, that's basically the conclusion. I enjoy my passions. That's what makes me happy. And then when I socialize, I enjoy socializing with the people I want to socialize with. And I think that's the way to do it, my slime.